Anime fish titties. Hello everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I am your host, John, and joining me tonight we have our old senpai, Alex.
I'm so ready to start this recording.
We have our chivalry of Shotas, Shotaro.
Hi, by the way, my favorite moment in anime is Britney Spears' Break the Ice animated music video.
And we have our wizard of wait what, Chinoda.
I finally beat Shadow of War, and now I'm finally playing Assassin's Creed Origins. It's been hell of a time.
No one cares.
Fuck you! I want
this
kids.
is not this. All right, first of all, if you're gonna talk about anime games, that's great and all, but this is not an anime game. What is Shadow of War? What is that?
Not
I don't actually know.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it's the Middle Earth games. Elves, wolves, loader. I don't deal with that. I don't dabble in the mystic arts. I'm sorry. Anyway, the topic for tonight is our favorite moments in anime, aka kind of like a nostalgia cast, because something we were planning was a nostalgia cast. Little peek behind the scenes there until someone fucked us. They shall. Shit! Hey, no, we were not gonna throw him under the bus. He's not gonna find out about this, guys.
No, he won't.
And to start off the topic, I would like to talk about a lasting anime moment, which would be anime fish titties. I wanted to recreate this podcast because anime fish titties is something. It is a scene that has stuck with me for over 10 years, and it's from an anime called Blue Submarine No. 6, which is something I rewatched when it came onto Crunchyroll about a year ago. And prior to that, I've only seen it one time, which was in 2nd grade, and the one thing I remember about it was anime fish titties. So it was imperative that I rewatch this series, and I actually really liked it. It's very political, and
it's worth a watch.
Bad CGI. It's yeah. Except the CGI, don't mind it. It's super terrible. Something you'd expect from the early 2000s, but anime fish titties. And to me, as a young 2nd grade child, I've never seen such a thing in my life, anime fish titties. Like, holy shit. And every time I think about Blue Submarine No. 6, all I think about is that, and then also the super crazy story. If you're into, like, kind of tilt your head, put everything you know into perspective, and then fucking flip that around, go watch it. It's great for that. Anyone has seen it other than Alex?
It's got a political bent to it. It's kind of like almost like a conspiracy story. So it besides the anime fish titties, which is very memorable. The whole thing is worth a watch to me. But as you say, like, just pay no attention to the shitty CG.
Yeah,
the
shitty
CG.
You mentioned that you hadn't seen anything like that before. You probably hadn't seen anything like that before, and you probably haven't seen anything like that since either, have you?
I mean, anime fish titties? No, unless you count, like, that one hentai. Everyone who knows what I'm talking about, anyone who knows what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about. They know. Anime fish titties.
I'm sure you've seen actual anime titties since then, but not anime fish titties.
Well, technically, I guess she's not a fish, so you're kind of right in that perspective.
What the shit? I thought she was a fish. Now you're telling me she's not a fish? What's that supposed to be?
No, not from Blue Sub No. 6. I'm talking about the thing that all us perverts know.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to mention it.
Nope.
Because I actually don't remember the title of it. But all I have to say is horse, octopus, and then whale.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep.
That's all you need to know. My brothers out there will know.
Horse, octopus, whale.
Moving on.
Google it.
Another,
Don't Google it.
Google
please.
it. Google it when mods are asleep. Don't. We here at Anime Club After Dark do not condone. What are we not condoning? I don't even know what we're not condoning.
Horse sex. I don't know.
Condone and not condone like that.
I mean, I never told you to illegally look up hentai with keywords horse, octopus, and killer whale. Never. I never condoned that. I never said go to hentaimama.com and look for those things. I'd never condone this.
You're digging your grave even deeper, man.
I mean, anime fish titties. Anyway, moving on. Alex.
Yes.
What is a very memorable moment of anime for you?
Well, the first one I want to talk about is from a show that I know you've watched, John, and I know you like it. It's called Initial D. And it's the very first time you see a Kansai Drifto. And that
Nani?
the fucking
Bakuna!
the Eurobeat kicks in, and it's
Oh,
just
dude.
fucking running in the 90s, and it's the shittiest CG you've ever seen in your life, but it's so hype.
Initial D is one of those shows. Like when I first saw Initial D, for nostalgia's sake, the one thing I remember clearly is the Eurobeats. Like running in the '90s, Streets of Fire, freaking Around the World.
Yeah. Oh man, great OP. That OP Around the World is a really good OP. One of the best in the 90s, I would say.
It's also by Leah, who does. I believe she does Euphonious. No, that was Euphonious. What is Leah does something that I know of. Something. I'll have to look it up later.
Yeah.
She does music from early 2000s as well.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, when you think Initial D, you just think Eurobeat, right?
exactly.
It's just like Eurobeat intensifies this. Dun, 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 dun. It's like, oh shit.
and shitty
I should have
CG.
a fun. And yeah, don't watch Third Stage. That too.
Actually,
That's another thing I remember.
Don't watch Third Stage for many reasons, but yes, definitely the CG.
God, it was so bad.
Thank you.
But
Studio
first
D.
stage, second stage, fourth stage, go watch.
Yeah.
And did they ever animate a fifth stage,
Yeah,
or was that manga?
they animated Fifth Stage too, but I think it was like
I
an
don't-
OVA.
I don't remember watching it, so I can't say.
It was
The
okay.
fourth stage
The
is
music
pretty
in it
good.
was really good.
The Eurobeat.
Yeah, definitely. Like when you
Crap.
think Initial D, you think Eurobeat, and the first time you hear it, that I'll never forget that when that first kicks in. You see the first Kansai Drifto, and it's like, oh man, I still love it.
One thing about Initial D that really grabs me is also the absurdity of how they drift and how they
Yeah.
race. It's like, oh, the Hachiroku is so balanced that he actually controlled the weight of the car and went over the gutter and drifted in the gutter. Dun, 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 dun. It's like, oh shit, dude. The
Bakuna!
Bagana! He's going too fast. He'll never make the turn. It's like
Yeah, it sounds
It's
like
great,
it's so good. It is so unique. There is nothing like Initial D in my mind, and there's so many different animes to this day that still parody Initial D.
Aho
like the
Girl
one
just
seen
did it
in-
last season.
Or to me, another one would be like Lucky Star when
Oh,
they
yeah.
parodied the Initial D, like it's straight up from the Initial D series. It's so funny.
They even use the same
Oh.
music.
Yeah, they do Eurobeat.
They do.
And that's what's great about, like shows like this where they just have aspects or elements or just like a single scene where you're just like, I can remember this forever. And when I think of Initial D and I say forever, I think of Forever Young, which is another song they use, and it's really great. Forever Young, We're Born to Run.
Yes.
Forever Love and Fun. Forever together, forever. All right, moving on. Show. What is your anime nostalgia?
Well, since I haven't been watching anime for that long, my nostalgia is not gonna be from not that long ago. But I decided to talk about when Aaron's mom gets eaten in Attack on Titan in the first episode, which I thought was a really great scene. It was like the only maybe anime where I cried in the first episode, because I'm like, I never get invested in characters, even if they all die in the first episode. I'm like, I don't care. Like, who are you? But then, just how they did that scene, and then just like the slow motion twisting of the head, and then like Aaron just like throwing a tantrum over the shoulders of the other guy, and I'm like, damn, I am done.
How dare you
I am
forget Hannes?
done.
How dare you forget his
Honey,
name?
honey.
Hannes.
There's a
I
reason
totally
why I
agree.
forget him that I'm not gonna say, but
I agree that Attack on Titan, when I first watched the first episode as well, because I watched it before I read it, that it's a very focal scene, and it's Aaron's like raison d'etre, it's what moves him to become so good, and it's
so
just
good. He never becomes.
that's
so good.
something that you would like. The entire time something so terrible is happening, and it will happen in slow motion, like for the rest of his life. He replays it in his head like that. That's how traumatic that event is. That's what I really like about that scene, because there are a couple more like holy shit moments in Attack on Titan which like I will never forget happens,
Definitely,
but
yeah.
that is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
It happens in like the first 7 minutes.
I know, it happens so fast. Like, I love how they just hit you with that amazing moment straight off the bat. And like in the manga, it like obviously it wasn't as impactful. Like, so I give a lot of credit to Studio Wit for animating it and directing it really well. It was just overall, it's a really well produced show. That scene was really good in particular. So yeah, and actually, I kind of it's kind of off topic, but I don't view his mom's death as a raison d'etre. I think he has like motives. But anyway, that's what I was gonna talk about.
I kind of want to argue here that actually he does, at least in the beginning. Only the beginning. But, you know, there's more later to it.
I could go in like a long, really in-depth explanation as to why not, but that would be a long time. So
this is not the Attack on Titan cast, which failed miserably.
But can it be though?
Oh,
No, we're not. We're
I'm
not
out.
doing
Bye.
that. No, okay. We're gonna move on and place it to Chinoda. What is your anime nostalgia moment?
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bitch, and I'm gonna cheat. Instead of from the anime specifically, comes from the abridged series.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I guess.
Brace yourselves, people.
Bitches love cannons. Those words, those very words,
Okay.
were
It's not what I
marked.
thought you were gonna go for, but okay.
Wait, what did you think I was gonna go for?
No, I'm not. No.
No, screw you.
move
I
on.
want to know now. Fuck you.
No.
Tell me.
No, we're moving
God
on.
damn it.
What, bitches? You need to move on, Chinoda. All right, we're just gonna skip Chinoda. We're gonna
No,
go back
fuck
to
you.
me.
What the hell?
Please disregard
That's
Chinoda. He
fucked up.
actually doesn't exist. Continue, Chinoda. Please
Hey,
continue.
John. Who's Chinoda?
Oh,
Who?
that's
What are you saying right now?
Hey!
fucking reason.
Chinoda doesn't exist as canon.
Oh,
Every time we say Chinoda, I'm gonna blur it out, by the way, on the podcast.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if that's gonna be impressive or really salty. Well, mix of
It's gonna
both.
be great.
It'll be impressively salty.
There you go.
Anyway,
Oh.
we're gonna move on. Chinoda, please explain, elaborate.
Basically, as soon as I heard that, I was like, holy shit. That's amazing. That's gonna be just one of those lines that's gonna stick around in the community. Anyone who's watched it or heard it, it's just one of those things that gets your spirit going. And at the same time, it's just a fantastic memory of younger times, of just laughing at an abridged series. And I honestly have always loved it because of that.
Do you actually want to mention what a bridge series is from?
Oh, I thought I did. Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
Okay.
Done by Team 4-Star.
Yeah, Team 4-Star makes some really quality content. It makes me want to watch the like DBZ abridged. I fucking love that series.
Like,
I watch it quite a lot.
even if you don't
rewatched it 3
like
times.
shonen or even DBZ, like, you might very well hate it. You could watch the Team 4-Star version of it, and you will fucking love it, because it's nothing more than just a comedy, and you will shit your pants laughing so hard.
Yeah, they do some quality work on their abridged series, Team 4-Star. Neko and all them fellas. Takea. I don't remember everyone
Lanny
else's name.
Couture, Masako X, let's see, who else? I'm not gonna go ahead and name every single one, but yeah.
Yes, Team 4-Star. Check out their abridged series. It's
Please.
great. If you love the original series, you'll love their abridged because it's even better.
Even if you don't love it, check it out anyways, because you'll love it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's what it is. It's brilliant comedy. You're gonna need an IQ of at least 200 to
Let's
figure any of it
not.
out, though.
Let's not, before you start.
Read!
Oh god!
If you are a Rick and
please
Morty
don't.
fan, you will understand.
Oh.
Hey, fuck
that
you.
hurts
I love
me.
Rick and Morty.
I love Rick
I've
and
got
Morty
an
too.
extremely high IQ.
God, that hurts me.
Morty,
I'm gonna move
Morty,
on.
turn over the pickle.
because- Morty, I'm over here. Morty,
I'm Pickle Rick.
check it out, Morty.
That's
I'm a
not-
pickle. I'm Pickle Rick.
Oh god. I'm gonna start crying.
All right, move
I
on,
am
please.
too. Another series that has nostalgia written all over it is Rurouni Kenshin. At least for
Yes.
me.
Yes.
It's one of the shows from the very beginning of when I started watching anime, because it was on Toonami, where I'm just like, I remember everything. I remember the freaking the Batosai. I remember when Kenshin, like, his that it is that he always says at the end, that always stuck with me because it was so weird that he'd always say that it is or that I am. That De Gazaru, that his ending phrase, catchphrases in Japanese. I rewatched it 5 or so years ago, and I still love the series. It holds up really well. The fight scenes are fucking worth the wait. The dub is not too bad. And overall, don't watch the Japanese dub. Watch the English dub. I beckon you.
Wait, why the?
Because, oh my
English
God.
over the Japanese?
It's a really good dub.
Really?
The English dub is really good. The Japanese dub I had a problem with because of the voice actor for Kenshin. Just like an issue. I didn't like it as much. I'll put it that way. There's just some shows that are just better in English than they are in Japanese.
Surprisingly enough.
I'm not a purist. I'm not a purist at all. I generally love Japanese dub, but for Samurai X and for all the proceeding and everything else forward, watch the English dub, please. You'll have a way better experience. It's because they don't make very many Japanese-esque jokes where you need to understand the culture and stuff, so that's why it's not that important. As long as you kind of know, oh, samurai, Japan, hi, desu, Nihongo, yes.
Okay.
Kimochi.
Kimochi.
Oh god.
Oh man, but Rurouni Kenshin's really good. I've mentioned this before, but I stayed up way too late when that was on to watch it at my age.
Just like Ghost in the Shell. I stayed up way too late to watch Ghost in the Shell, which is another, just in general series that you don't see very much of, like how crazy and well developed it is as a show. There's so much going on in it. And I think we lack a lot of quality shows these days where it's it's not something that's just pure fan service. There's an actual hidden story and agenda that's happening behind the scenes, and you gotta watch it unfold and solve the mysteries. Who was it, Conan? Detective
It was me,
Conan's
Dio.
another great. God,
Oh,
no.
God.
No.
You should watch Umaru. It's a modern masterpiece.
It is a modern masterpiece.
The modern something.
Modern masterpiece of shit.
There you
If
go.
Riker Bro was on here,
You're
he would
you're
be
not
here
wrong.
with me.
It's shit that I like.
Oh God, I don't want it. I haven't watched anything this season. Actually, that's a lie. I dropped everything after week 4 because Destiny came out, and
Damn.
I've been playing Destiny, and that's been a lot more entertaining than everything this season
I mean,
to me.
I can't blame you.
This season.
I can't wait for next season though. Next season I'm hyped.
Overlord.
Wait,
Next season's gonna be shit too. Calling it now.
are you
Fuck
sure
off.
we're
Fuck
in
you.
the same season? Because there's some pretty damn good anime this season.
Alright, this isn't
No, there's
fuck
great
off.
anime.
Clover?
This isn't fuck off.
Okay, we're
both
not
of you.
talking about that shit. Okay, let's never talk about that shit, please.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Can we
John, please
kick
move
him
on.
off the podcast?
We're moving on. Everyone, shut up. Chinoda, I love you, buddy. All
I'll
right,
shut up.
don't take that to heart. Don't take just Alex.
Yes.
What is another favorite nostalgia moment from your aeons past of watching anime? Because you're ancient.
Well, wow. Well, I'd have to say that another one that sticks out for me personally is a little 6-episode show called Fooly Cooly. And specifically, there's one distinct moment from that always sticks out in my mind. Not to spoil too much, but there's a
When
part.
she pulls the guitar.
Well, when she actually just smacks him over the head with a guitar, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he literally has a dick on his head. But no, it's when a robot pops out of said dick and starts fighting with another robot. I'm like, this show is really weird and strange, and I don't understand what's going on. But that was the moment where I was like, I like this. I like this a lot. I don't know.
I honestly
Fooly
do not
Cooly
remember
is
much from
really
Fooly Cooly,
fun.
man. I don't remember very much from Fooly Cooly.
I mean,
other than
it's only 6
pulling
episodes.
guitar. See, funny, I thought it was actually 24 or something, because I remember watching it. I was like, I
It
could have sworn
feels
the
like-
episodes.
Yeah, it feels like. 24.
It feels like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Because the entire story moves along, and you're just like, there's so much shit just going on. And my most memorable moment is literally just pulling a guitar out of his head or some shit. Or no, out of a TV? A
Yes.
TV robot?
Yes.
Whatever the fuck it
the
was.
robot has a TV for a head.
Yeah, that's what it
I love
was.
that
It was
robot.
so confusing.
Kanti.
I was so... Isn't season 2 coming out sometime soon or some
Season
shit?
two,
Allegedly.
Summer?
season 3.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Production IG bought the rights to Fooly Cooly, and they're making a second and a third season, they say.
We'll see.
But yeah, I mean...
I honestly
it's
don't remember very much.
It's really weird. I mean, Fooly Cooly is really weird and out there, and you can't take it seriously at all. There's two... Well, besides that specific scene I mentioned, there's a couple of really standout things about it. One is its soundtrack, which is all done by an independent... or indie group called The Pillows, and I really, really hope they bring them back for the second and third season.
Are they even alive
And
still?
another thing is, do what?
Are they even alive still?
I think they're still alive. I think the question is, are they still together? But I think they are. But another thing that really sticks out is the English dub to this is actually surprisingly good for as weird as the show is. Like, you can tell that the English voice actors that made it were kind of left alone, and they kind of made up their own stuff. They weren't always reading off of a script. They were allowed to improvise, and it shows in the dub.
And it worked out really well, is the thing.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to the second and third season. It'll probably be shit, but it'll be very nostalgic for me.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the first season before I even like try to watch season 2, because honestly, all I remember is like the guitar thing, smoking cigarettes with that older chick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the older girl groping the underage boy.
Yeah, not the pink-haired one, the other one, the one that was like in love with the older brother but couldn't have him or something. I think honestly.
The
If you can't get with the older brother, you get with the younger one.
The older brother was in America playing baseball.
Yeah, that was something like that. Oh God, so stupid.
Fooly
Why do people like Fooly Cooly?
It's really stupid. I completely agree. It's just I don't know. It's like JoJo's. It's really weird, and you can't help but like just want to see more.
Yeah, I don't understand why people like JoJo's either.
Wow.
Hey, no, we're not going there. We're not going there.
Start.
All I can say is.
Anyway,
Can't do it as
moving
good as
on.
Kakyoin.
I can't. Kakyoin! Show. What is another nostalgia moment for you?
Okay, well, I'm gonna cheat and not do an anime and instead do a manga, specifically Akame ga Kill, which I always talk about because it's fun. I like it.
Especially that final chapter, right?
No. It was like one of the first manga I read, and it was my favorite manga for the longest time, which I kind of regret and am ashamed of, but kind of not, because it was kind of good. Don't hate me. And the scene that I remember very vividly is near the beginning of the manga, when Tatsumi, who's the main character, is entering into Night Raid, which is like, I don't know, the assassin group, and they're like briefing him on all of the like goings on of the Empire, and they're like, by the way, the baddest bitch in the Empire is S-Death, and right now she is doing a foreign expedition against this really decorated general of the north, and like the general is super strong and he's got all these crazy weapons and he like looks amazing and he's got this huge army and they're facing off and it's gonna be a huge war, so we're gonna take this opportunity while she's away to murder some people. And Tatsumi's like, okay, and then literally like 2 pages later we see S-Death taking the formerly described decorated general that looks amazing, taking him by the collar, putting him down as a sex slave, and just like stomping his face with her high heels. And like, yeah, S-Death is like, yeah, I like crushed their army in like seconds. No big deal, I'm coming back to the capital. And I'm like, best fucking intro for a character ever. I was like in love with S-Death day one. And yeah, she was like my favorite character for a very long time as well. Those were really good memories with that. And S-Death is in general a badass bitch, and I love her. So yeah.
I also love S-Death, though I hate Agami Ga Kill. Let it be known. Hated it. Fucking
You just
hated
can't,
the anime.
you can't handle the suffering and the death, okay?
I can't. But S-Death, fucking amazing. I love her.
Yes.
She's like the only thing good about Agami Ga Kill, quite honestly.
I love how
And
disproportionate her abilities are to everyone else.
yeah, she's just leagues above everyone. It's just fine.
I love her.
Anyone else actually read the manga other than Show?
Probably not.
No?
No,
Probably.
I've never seen a Akame ga Kill. I've never read a Akame ga Kill.
I didn't like the anime. I don't think a lot of people liked the ending of the anime, right?
I know that it was
like,
incredibly hyped the season it came out.
They didn't like it because it was quote unquote anime original, but not really.
I mean, yeah, I guess they were right, but then the manga ends similarly to the anime anyway, so go fuck yourself,
was
guys.
Was it actually original?
I know.
I can't tell if that's actually the anime studio sending a middle finger or the mangaka sending a middle finger.
The answer to that is
I feel like the ending of the manga and the anime were gonna end. The manga was gonna end like that anyway.
No,
Right.
no, it
I
was
feel like
not.
I feel like it was gonna end like that
No, shut
because
up.
the mangaka gave up
Triggered.
halfway through.
No, he did
You know,
not.
Where I,
No,
where I
he did
dropped
not. It was so good all the way through. Fuck you.
No.
Sounds like someone
I dropped
still
it
likes
right when he decided to just
Dude,
Just, like,
I
fuck
know
right
why
off.
you dropped it, and fucking, that was an amazing scene. It was so well done. Just because you didn't like what happened in the end, like, the scene was still really well paneled and everything, and paced. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I loved it.
I just want everyone to die and Esdef to kill everyone. That's all I want, okay?
That is also what I wanted, and what I was not given. So,
Yeah, so this is why you shouldn't read the manga, because that doesn't happen.
Can I get, like,
Sadly enough.
Step on me.
oh my.
Oh
Who
boy.
doesn't though? Let's be real.
Wait,
I
yeah.
am I plead the fifth.
Moving
yeah,
on.
that's what we thought.
Moving
You
on.
want them
Shinoda.
chain and gags too, don't you?
Shinoda.
No, shut up.
Shinoda.
All right.
Down, boy. Down. What is your nostalgia moment, Shinoda?
All right, we're taking it back a little bit. Not that long, not
Alright.
old like fucking Alex and John over there who discovered shit before Mal existed, which is bullshit because Mal's always existed. Don't know what they're on about.
Who says who? It says who? Fuck right off. The 10 Commandments of Mal existed before your time. It has always existed alongside you. Thou shalt not watch anime not in top 10 Mal list.
Oh, I'm gonna
Thou
piss
shalt
myself.
only updo.
I think he's dead now. I think you've actually killed him.
With the 10 Commandments of Mal.
Is that actually a thing, or did you just make that up?
What, the 10 Commandments of Mal?
Yes.
Yeah, I just
I
made
really
that up.
hope
Okay,
not.
'cause I would have believed that.
I could have believed that. I could believe that's
I
a real
mean-
thing.
I just feel like Mal, where it's at right now is that it has a fervent, like, fucking cult following of like,
Yeah.
oh, well, it's Mal top 10 and must be fucking good, guys. Oh, well, the Mal score is pretty low. It's probably not that great of a series. Like, no, fuck off.
See,
How dare
that's-
you?
That's why I would believe that people would follow the 10 Commandments of Mal.
You know,
I'm just saying, I know a couple people that don't watch anything that on Mal, if it has a lower than a 7 score, they would never even begin to think or fathom watching a show. And I'm like, you know,
Jesus.
there are some shows that will be poorly rated, but it's fucking great. So fuck right off.
It's very true.
It's actually a shame.
Except Gintama. I think everyone on Mal is correct in thinking that Gintama is always in top 10.
All 10 fucking seasons of it.
All 10 seasons of it, always forever. That's something they're doing right. Anyway, Shinoda, what is your anime?
We're going to Naruto, to the Garly
Okay.
fight.
Do you mean Boruto's dad?
Yes, Boruto's dad, the OG anime.
The anime. Boruto's dad.
The OG.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very memorable fight. That is when I transitioned from the anime to the manga. Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
I remember, like, up until that point, it was entertaining, and it was fun. It had its cool moments, but that was when shit hit the fan hard, and I fucking loved it. I was like, oh, okay, they really went above and beyond on this. And I remember everyone I talked to, and it was the only thing being talked about when everyone first saw it for like a good week and a half, if not longer. Because my god, that fight was something else. And I feel like that, of all things, really kicked off a new generation of fans. Like, just off of that sole moment alone, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that, yeah. I think that's where you got a lot of new fans in. Of course, I think a lot of people were already there anyway.
I say that the appeal of Naruto, just like every other shonen, is that the battle scenes in them were really good. Like,
Yeah.
when Naruto first uses Shadow Clone Jutsu, that was super memorable to me because of Ichiraku Sensei and everything. But I was just like, holy shit, like, the fucking music, Saya, huh, Saya, and then it's like, Kagebun no Jutsu, bo, 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 and then he just starts whipping the shit out of the dude, and you're just like, oh my god, dude, whoa, shit, he's going ham. It's great, right?
That was
The great
really
music
great, yeah.
with the great fight scenes. It really made Naruto. And then comes the story after, because the story's not that important. It's about the fight scenes. Come on, let's be honest here.
It's all about them.
I am an action junkie. and I love action scenes. And Naruto is definitely something that whenever I think about good fight scenes, it's always Naruto. Bleach, surprisingly, I love Bleach. Their fight scenes in there were great until Kubo decided to just axe everything at the end. But in the beginning, it was cool. It's more dramatic than Naruto was.
Definitely a lot less comedy in Bleach.
A lot
Yeah,
less, but there was a fair amount of it there.
I don't know. The beginning of Bleach wasn't that bad, but then like it got progressively worse, and then it should have ended, and then it got even worse somehow. Like I was just like, fuck this, I'm done. Bye, Bleach.
They kind of
You're
took it
done.
to how long can we keep this going?
Oh yeah, it was just a fucking cash cow. That's why, like when you think back in mid 2000s when I was all about anime, like the top 3, right? The big 3 of Shonen Jump: Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And Bleach ended, Naruto ended, One Piece is still going.
Strong.
But the only thing I enjoyed was Naruto. Like at the end, I loved every second of Naruto. I loved like the Pain fight. That was so fucking like great. Oh my god. When he finally confronts Pain, and then you learn the backstory of Pain, and it's just everything they do in the show, in the series for Naruto is great. It all connects together at the end. And sure, you can point out a shit ton of plot holes and stuff, but I don't care about that.
Like,
It's
we
an anime
all
for
know
fuck's
they
sake.
exist. We know what it's about.
The main story never died out to me. The will of fire that Naruto has, and the love for everyone he has, and when his dream of becoming Hokage, nothing's changed, and how he never gave up on friendships and stuff like that. Bonds. Wasn't that the first Naruto movie, Naruto Bonds?
No.
No, the first
No,
Naruto
no,
movie was
for the
Ninja Clash in the
Shippuden.
Land of Snow.
The Shippuden movie,
Oh.
right?
That was the first Shippuden movie, yes.
Yeah, the first Shippuden. Like when Naruto does the time skip and goes over to Shippuden, I loved it even more because the fight scenes, like, they scaled upward. Really cool, and then everyone develops new skills and abilities, and everyone's important until they're not important actually.
And then
Looking
some
at you,
people
Neji.
just get unceremoniously killed for no fucking reason. Fuck you,
We're not-
Kishimoto.
We're not going to that salt cast. We're talking about Naruto, man.
Naruto.
Just like and then like antics of Naruto too, like the whole Kakashi doing the fingers up the butt thing. Like I remember
Classic.
that was such a fucking
Classic.
that was a fad. Like I remember being in school, like in middle school, and people doing that to everyone else. Like we'd go up to them and just like fingers to like, what was it, 1,000 Years of Paradise?
Remember when
Or some shit.
how concerned
1,000 Years of
people,
Pain.
like the older adults got like concerned about how it was sexual harassment or some shit, and like
We're
they
just
didn't
kids
even-
being
They
stupid.
didn't even realize what the hell it was all about.
I mean, here's the thing.
I tried to do
only,
that to a teacher once. Don't do
I
that.
only.
Oh my god!
Don't.
Fair bit of free, some nickel's worth of free advice, kids. Don't try to stick a finger up your teacher's butt.
Even if they ask you real nicely, don't do it.
Yeah.
Or give you candy.
If they ask you real nicely, tell an adult.
Another adult, not that same
Another,
adult.
not this adult. Another
The
adult.
same adult, yeah.
I only did the 1,000 Years of Pain to my friends that I also knew watched Naruto because that's how we rolled.
This
Okay.
teacher did not watch Naruto.
Well, obviously, why would you do that to a stranger?
It wasn't a stranger. It was a teacher I saw all the time.
I mean, still, that's not okay. Well, you learned your bound. How old were you when you? Did
I was
this?
in middle school.
Oh dear lord.
Okay.
Oh no.
It was a very odd time in my life.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
no.
yeah, it is for everyone. Even then, that's another level of cringe right there.
Listen, I'm not proud of this. I'm just saying I have done it, so you don't have to.
Thank God, because I definitely don't want to, like, at all. Holy shit. I don't, like, even as a 6th grader, you would understand that you don't stick your fingers up someone else's ass, right? Doesn't that seem obvious?
You would think so.
Listen, I'm not saying I was an intelligent middle school child.
I'd
I'm just
agree with
saying
that.
it happened. And I'm telling you, don't do it. You'll thank me for it later.
Yeah, kids, don't stick fingers up people's asses without their expressively given consent, all right?
And even
Write it
then
down if
question
you have to.
And even
Well,
then, if
question
you're a
it.
kid, please
Ask
don't
for
do
a
it
contract. Just don't put fingers up butts.
until it's lubed up.
That's Don't go in dry, kids.
No.
If you're gonna take anything away from the nostalgia cast, don't go in dry.
Yep.
And also anime fish titties.
Anime fish titty.
Seriously.
Anime fish titties
Fucking-
up the butt.
Let's see, 2nd grade all the way until last year, which is 2016, 25. Yeah, like almost 15 years. It took 15 years and I still remembered it. This is actually a reason why porn is bad for kids, all right? For 15 years, he'll just keep thinking about that pair of titties that he saw that one time.
Oh god, now you're giving me PTSD of early porn.
Wow.
I couldn't even
no.
want to imagine what
Please,
that's like.
after this podcast is over, why don't you share with the class?
Oh god.
No, I don't want to look at it again.
God, no. All right, I am out of other moments that really struck me as a kid where I was like, wow, look at that. And I still think of it to this day, other than Kenshin and Anime Fish Titties. Alex, you got anything?
The only other thing that I can even think of that it's not that old for me, but I'm probably going to remember it for the rest of my life is the toothbrush scene in Nisei Monogatari. It speaks for itself.
Honestly, that's not what I remember the most from the Monogatari series. Like, of
I
all
mean,
things, you would think I would remember that.
The
but
best thing is the Kaiki arc in second season, but I'll leave it at that.
I don't know, just the toothbrush scene didn't strike me as something unusual because it's like, I started off in rom-coms, then I kind of went into like the ecchi stuff, and then I went back to action, and then back to rom-coms, and now I just watch a little bit of everything every now and then. So to me, it's not anything unusual. It's just like, oh yeah, this typical kiss excess stuff. Who cares?
But when I saw it, I wasn't expecting it.
I don't think anyone expected it.
Until it became a meme.
Yeah, it blew him into a meme.
Yeah, that's the only other thing that I can really think of top of my head that's definitely stuck with me. There are some other things, obviously, but they're like huge spoilers that I don't want to mention here.
Yeah, we'll not get into that. Sho, what about you?
I will never forget the homoerotic tension Ty and Matt and
Oh my god!
Good lord.
What?
especially when they tumbled down the snow hill romantically in each other's arms, you know?
No,
All right.
Best moment
no.
of that show.
No, we're not. Digimon, how dare you, alright?
What?
First of
How
all,
could you not? What other ship would there be?
there was no ship. It was a kid-friendly show for fuck's
No,
sake.
it
Bullshit.
Wait, you saying kids can't love? Oh
Of course not.
Yes,
They're kids. They're
way too young to
monsters.
experience.
my god.
They're called childa
Like
beasts for a
monsters?
reason.
Whoa.
Chill.
My
All right,
god. Please move on.
I wish Riker were here so he could talk about how Digimon created a new breed of furries.
Whoa. Let's not go there.
I will say, he's not here, but I will speak for him because he's absolutely right. Because
Frickin-
we went and tested that theory on fucking Dumbledore the other
Are
day,
you
and it's
serious?
true.
Jesus Christ.
The whole, was it Rikamon, right? Rikamon?
Yes,
Was-
whatever the fuck it is. All the fucking Digimon
From
porn
Tamers,
is all furry
right?
porn.
Well, obviously. Why wouldn't it be? Anyway,
I'm
Shinoda.
just gonna say there's a reason why Ty's and Matt's Digimons combine. It's totally not a metaphor.
Totally
For
not.
union.
not. You're totally reading way into this.
It's a metaphor, let me tell you.
All right, Shinoda, any other memorable moments for you, kind sir?
Oh yeah. Let's see. What do I go with? Shall we do Isaiah?
Oh man.
This goes way over my head, but I'm gonna
are you
guess
talking
this
are
is
you talking about the
Durarara.
first? Are you talking about the first time that Shizuo appears in Durarara?
Yep. You know it, boy.
It's a pretty
Speaking-
memorable scene.
Speaking of homoerotic tension,
Oh god, no. Let me tell you something. People who ship Izaya and Shizuo can fuck right off.
But it's so
Anyway,
fun.
folks.
the people in the show ship it, though.
Please stop.
Everyone ships it.
Anyway, folks, we have run out of
Wait, the
time.
Death
I'm
Note
so
shipping
sorry.
scene. That too.
Stop. I think it's time to stop, guys.
It's time to stop.
I think this is a great point at which we will stop because I don't want to get into shipping wars. We do this every fucking time, I swear.
Show. Let's set
Goddamn
sail.
shipping
Let's
wars.
do it.
No.
Oh my.
Thanks to everyone who's dropped by to listen to this podcast. If you want to check out previous episodes of the podcast, you can find us on SoundCloud and iTunes. If you want to follow any of our socials or check out websites, email us. Links will be posted in the description below. I have been your host, John, and I am sick of everyone's shit. Say goodnight, everyone.
I'm sick of your shit too.
Good night.